Good morning and welcome back to the Faith and Formation Podcast. It's Tuesday. I hope that your week has started off well and that, for our teenagers, for our students, this is the first day back to school. Yesterday was off and hopefully it was a good day off for you. Got some things done, maybe got to relax a little bit. And we're back here at school, back to the normal schedule, back to the grind of things. And you made your way onto the podcast. Thank you for that. Thank you for being here, supporting and listening every morning. And we are in Galatians chapter 4 this morning. Hopefully you've already read that chapter. If you haven't, read the chapter. Galatians has a ton of good stuff in it for us. And chapter 4 is the chapter for this morning. If you haven't read it yet, head on over there and read that chapter and get something for yourself out of it. But for our devotional this morning, we're looking at Galatians chapter 4 and verse 16. The title of our podcast this morning is Truthful Friends. Truthful Friends. Before we hit that, let's take a look at our memory verse for the week. Acts chapter 4 and verse 12 is where we find it. It says there, "Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved." Acts chapter 4 and verse 12. All right, Truthful Friends, the name of our devotional this morning. It says in Galatians chapter 4 and verse 16, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?" What a great verse. And this really, it's short verse, but it brings out some really great points and things to think about when we talk about friends. Friendships are such a monster part of life, especially for teenagers. The friends that you have and that you keep, they influence, anybody an incredible amount, but again, in particular, teenagers. And there is the good and bad sides to having friends. The good side is if they are pushing you in the right way, if you have the right kind of friends, then they're going to help you in your Christian life, help you to grow. And the bad part of that is just the opposite. It's the flip side of that. If they're pushing you in the wrong direction, if you're getting influenced in the wrong way, that's going to push you very far in the wrong direction as well. And so we want truthful friends. Here Paul is writing to the Galatians and he asks them this question, "Am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth?" And this one question really brings out so much here in this passage and is sheds a lot of light on our lives as well. Just this one question. If you have a friend that is willing to tell you the truth no matter what, you got to hang on to that friend. It's a rare person that will tell the truth and tell you like it is, no matter what the outcome is from that, no matter what your reaction is going to be. Most friends will tell you what you want to hear, tell you what's fun, what's funny, what's going to make them popular, all of that. It's a rare friend that says, you know what, they're probably not going to like this. It's probably not going to sound very good, but I'm going to tell them it anyway. I'm going to be truthful as a friend. And Paul here is telling the truth to the Galatians. He's telling them like it is. And he asks this question, "Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth?" And there is a tactful and good way to approach problems that we see and address them. But at the same time, if you have a friend, again, that will tell you the truth, that is not afraid to objectively tell you what's right and what's wrong, hold on to that friend. Keep them close. Like I said, most friends are just willing to tell you whatever's fun, whatever sounds good, whatever is enjoyable in the moment. But one that can consistently tell you the truth, what they see, and try to help you in that way, that's a true friend. Proverbs tells us that the wounds of a friend are far, far better than the kisses of an enemy. An enemy will tell you whatever they want, whatever they can to get what they want. That's an enemy. They'll deceive you in any kind of way to get what they want. A friend won't do that. A true friend is going to tell you what they believe is going to help you. And because friends have so much sway on our lives, we have to be careful in which friends we keep. And by the way, this also extends to the kind of friend that we are. If you are the type of friend that is easygoing and just says things, whatever flows nicely in the moment, whatever sounds good. That's not the good type of friend to be. To be one that's close enough to someone to say, "Hey, I noticed this," or "Hey, this is wrong," and say it in a way that's tactful and right. That is a true friend. That's the one to keep close by and to pursue a relationship with. A truthful friend. Paul here was being a true friend in Galatians chapter 4 and telling them what was wrong. And because someone tells you the truth, that should not make them your enemy because it's true and accurate. That's why I encourage people when something is said to them that they don't like, even if it's incorrect or not, if it's well founded or not, if it's truthful or not, something that you don't like, it's against you and your character or whatever it is. Someone says something to you. Again, whether they're doing it out of a right spirit to try and help you, or they're doing it because they don't like you, whatever the reason is, I always try to encourage other people and try to do it myself is to take a look inside and say, is there some, whether they were doing this for a good reason or not, is there some truth to what's being said? Is there some truth to that? Are there things that I need to change? And here, if the Galatians had taken it that way, then no matter what Paul had said, they wouldn't be offended at him. And so the same can be true in our lives. Even if people aren't being truthful with us and pointing things out for the right reason, we can still take that criticism and, you know, try to just look into our own lives and say, are they right? Whether they said this correctly or not, are they correct? Is there something I can change that would allow me to be a better Christian or a better friend or whatever it is? So really the lesson for this morning is be a truthful friend. And if you have truthful friends, hang on to them and keep those close. The wounds of a friend, the ones that don't feel so great, the pointing out those wrong things are far, far better than a person who just tells you what you want to hear all the time. That's your enemy. That's not a true friend. The truth is inflexible, and if someone's willing to hurt you a little bit by telling you the truth, stick with those. Stick with those. You and that person will be better off because of it. Those ones that tell you the truth, those are your friends. Those are the ones you want to stick with and are going to help you. All right. Well, I hope that lesson was good. That devotional was good this morning. That you appreciated it, and that it helps you. I mean, I study these things out, and Brother Sam and I get to talk about these things, and it's fun. But really, it's meant to be a blessing if it can be, and I hope that it is. I hope that you listen to this and you get something out of it. I know I do in studying the scriptures. And we just want to share that with you. Well, again, that's a devotional from Galatians chapter 4. If you haven't read the chapter yet, head on over there, read that chapter, get something out of it for yourself. And then hopefully you go to prayer today if you haven't already. But as you go to prayer, spend a little extra time praying for your missionaries today. And whatever ones that your church supports, whether it's temple or otherwise, pray for them, specific needs, that they would bear fruit on their field. And that you could see some good reports come from those missionaries. And then for our teenagers specifically this morning, we want to pray for Philip and lift his name up in prayer as well. All right, thanks again for joining us this morning on the podcast. And we talked about truthful friends. And hopefully you will be that truthful friend throughout this week. Thanks again for joining us this morning, and we'll see you next time.